Good morning, church. We're going to do a song. My name is Christian Lukanen. I'm 25 years old. I was born in Flint, Michigan, and I grew up in East Tennessee on the west side of Knoxville. The thought of a father that loved me was foreign to me. My father had signed over rights for me when I was 8 years old, which led me to feel abandoned and unworthy, so much that I would seek my fulfillment and identity in the world. My mom was a single mom working 2 jobs to take care of me and my younger sister, and being a guy or a boy, a man. So I thought at the age I wanted things and I wanted to provide, and I created this image in my head of what a man would be because of who I was associating myself with, and I got introduced to marijuana at the age of 11, and by the age of 13, I was selling over a quarter pound of marijuana a week in the 6th grade. I fell in love with the lifestyle and the control and the attention that it gave me. By the age of 15, I was introduced to a little pill called OxyContin, and by the time I was 15 years old, I was actually consuming about 600 milligrams of OxyContin a day, and it led me to my first treatment center when I was 17 years old, that I left high school for 30 days to go to a 20-day program at Madison, Alabama. Thing was, I was born in Michigan, and I moved to Tennessee, and I went from Tennessee to Florida, and from Florida back to Michigan, and then Michigan back to Tennessee, and it just seemed like I would never stay anywhere for more than a year. And the thing was, I had been exposed to the truth at a very young age, and so I knew that I had a calling on my life. And I wasn't doing anything but running because I was afraid. I was afraid of failing at what God had called me to do. But I know that God does not call the equipped, He equips the called. And I'm a walking miracle to tell you that I should be dead. 600 milligrams of OxyContin can kill somebody. Out of all the things that I've done, I should be in prison, but God saw fit to keep His hand on me. I do not have a criminal record. It's funny that God allows us to go through things because there's only a certain group of people that He's called for us to reach. And I truly believe that God has called me into youth and young men that do not have father figures. But February 6th of 2013, I actually entered my first faith-based program. And I was exposed to Jesus Christ in a supernatural way. And He changed my heart. He positioned my heart to love Him. And I walked different, I talked different, I thought different. I just wasn't the same. And I didn't do 12 months. I didn't complete the program. I had a problem with doing what I said I was going to do. And I did 8 months, and I went out, and I thought I was going to get high again and go back to that life. But I was ruined to the world because I had been exposed to the truth. And, about 2 years later, I had a relapse on Labor Day. And a series of events had led me to actually come in contact with the president of the Women's Teen Challenge, Jared Flanagan. And he had just recommended that I get some credible clean time. And that would be to go to Teen Challenge. My pride was up, and I was like, I just don't think I need a program. I just don't need it. Well, he kept talking to me about the full transformation. And the full transformation that he spoke of, even though I had known of Christ, and I knew about Christ, and I had faith in all these things, and I knew of Christ, I never knew Christ. I never knew what it meant to know who Christ is personally and intimately. And while being at Teen Challenge, I've allowed this sanctification process to take place to where I began to mature in Christ. And I put away the childish things. In 1 Corinthians 13, it says that when I was a child, I spoke as a child, I reasoned as a child. But when I become a man, I put away those childish things. And what he's speaking about there is beginning to mature in Christ and knowing Christ's character and who He is. And so I'm thankful for Teen Challenge and what it's instilled in my life. I'm a walking testimony as He's called us to be. And even though in Isaiah 54:17 it says, "No weapon formed against you will prosper. No weapon of addiction, no weapon of anxiety or insecurity will prosper, because we are more than conquerors through Him who loved us." In Romans 8:28 it says that we know that all things work out for the greater good of those who love God and those that are called according to His purpose. I believe each and every one of you guys are called according to His purpose. So no matter what you're going through today, understand that God is sovereign, and He's very good at strategically placing you where you need to be at the very exact moment. So be encouraged and know that we can trust Him in all things. And I appreciate y'all's time. God bless y'all.